Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the OK Grognard Show. It is Wednesday, June 10th, 2020, 9:30 a.m. Central in beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. So we're looking over the Village of Laidlaw some more, discussing how we can flesh it out a bit. We talked about the walls and the entrances, the gates, the keep, some of the people in it on previous occasions. And today, I think we'll largely discuss just general stuff about it at this point, right? We got that, we got that, we got that. All right. So we put together a sort of a list of individuals who might be part of the town. Different occupations mainly. Obviously, we could do a little more beyond just talking about occupations. Alright. I think we have 9 here, right? Now, we need to change this. I think we edited Arial. And we're just doing some numbering. I think we had it at 16. That looks about as big as the other ones. I think opaque, just to highlight it a bit. Uh-oh. Okay, that didn't work. We're going to go back, undo that, undo that. Try that one more time. I think we need to put this up like that first, right? There we go. I'll just not cover up a doorway. I think that's the main thing. As long as we can see the doors, then we've got everything we need. Doesn't have to be exactly on the building either. It can be a little off. Anyway, this is just a temporary map. This is not a final map for publication anyway. So the only point for this is to have something for us to use while we're filling in the place. Do that. There we go. Have an 8, 9, 10. I think we're going to go around this way and then over this way, back through, hop across, hop across, zip around, hop across, zip around, something like that. Anyway, D4 Caltrops popping in. What's going on? Make sure you say hello in the chat. Anybody who's lurking, say hello in the stream chat, and be sure to follow the channel. You'll be in for the free weekly drawing. This week we've got a Hildebrandt poster from the late 70s, early 80s, one of their Coca-Cola series that they did, the college series. See if I can find that. The brand Coca-Cola. See if I can find that. Well, I can't find it there. see what we got here. I don't know if anybody's familiar with these, but in the late 70s, the Hildebrandt brothers, who did Tolkien calendars and all sorts of other sort of Shannara book covers, things like that, were very popular artists among medieval fantasy, the medieval fantasy set. Here's their website. One brother is passed, the other is still with us. These posters are the posters that they did. Coca-Cola just decided, hey, you guys did those Tolkien calendars and stuff. Let's, we're going to hire you to do a series of posters that we can then give away to people based on college life, but with a medieval fantasy twist. Home game, freshman counseling, chemistry 101. Blind date, cramming. So they're really cool. They're really, really fascinating. A fascinating look back in back to a time. We'll keep those off to the side so I can check them out later. Price, you get a set of them. There you go. When I was collecting mine, they were not signed prints. I just picked up the posters. I had some from back in the day. I had to fill out my collection. Of course, eBay is the way to go for that sort of thing these days. And chased around. I would get 2 of those here, 2 of those there. Hey, D4 Caltrops, Lost Nomad, Ink Dweller 8, and from Denver, Colorado, and Red Barn Games. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Yeah, I love those posters. Should we look at them a little longer? We could do that. We got time. We got all the time in the world. Which one's, who's got a favorite? Red Barn, Ink Dweller, D4, Lost. Chime in. Tell me what your favorite one of them would be if you have a favorite. Everybody must have a favorite, right? I'm not saying that it's the best one necessarily, but if it's the one you like best, then maybe that's the case. Oh yeah, Rodney Matthews. I gotta get this one up. Just looking through some posters on the other side of the room right now. I've got a Rodney Matthews poster. The giant monarch's flying away that needs to get up on the wall. I should have. Where's my... What's this here? I'm trying to figure out which of these additional posters I have. Oh yeah, another Rodney Matthews. What's up with that? I've got 2 Rodney Matthews posters I don't have up. I'm going to have to check out those sizes and figure out what I need to put those frame-wise poster frames. Okay, this is closed. This must be... Alright, Blind Date's hilarious, but the chemistry one is all over great. Yeah, no doubt. Chemistry 101, yep. Blind Date and chemistry. Blind Date is your favorite, Red Barn's cool. Yeah, they're all pretty neat, but for sure, some of them are always going to be personal favorites, right? Trying to get this damn poster cap off of... There we go. Almost there. I don't think there's anything in this one. Alright, I got an empty tube. I've got another tube here somewhere with extra posters in it, so... Not that one. Give me just a second. So originally I was getting these at... they were handing these out at... I think the first University of Wisconsin Parkside Gen Con, which would have put it around 78 or 79. Let's see. Those are maps. There's an old D&D poster with Strahd from 2006. That's not the one we want. There's another map. These are maps from... old maps. Okay. One last check here. Keep wondering where these guys are. Last place you look. I'm going to have to keep looking later. I know I've got at least one or two of these laying around. And whoever wins can have their pick from what's available once I figure out what's available. But it's not going to happen at the moment. Anyway, found them on the website, like Camo 101. Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. Yeah, you got the URL at the top there. You know, I should just dump that URL right here in the... I don't know what took me so long to do that. I think Home Game was my favorite back in the day, just because it was just a neat idea that you had these forces of law and chaos, right? Going at it in a sort of a rugby style match. But freshman counseling seemed a little weird. Cramming, I thought stylistically was one of the coolest ones. Blind Date was the biggest chuckle. Chemistry 101 just has so much going on, though. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different figures in there, right? Let's bigify it, as they say. 1, 2, 3 if we count the fairy. 4, 5, 6 different figures. 7 if we count the skull. There's action going on immediately. He's very impressed. He almost looks like he could have been in the Home Game. Always like the idea of the fur vest for a ogre or a giant. I always thought that was a good choice. I remember there were a number of minis back in the day that would do that. I like the fact that it's a diverse group of students. This is good, right? Is there some carryover? Is this guy... No, he's not also this guy. No. See, I'm trying to tie them all together, but I don't think you can. I think they're all different guys. They could have had this guy also be this guy. There was a way, I suppose, to tie them together as a sort of a theme, but I don't know. Not really necessary, right? Cramming is lovely. Yeah, the lighting and everything about them, all of them, I think. But, they speak to the nostalgia of the time, right? Which is cool. And a lot of fun. All right, so we spent a lot of time spitballing, brainstorming these different professions for the town. Merchants, various types, right? Storyteller, town council includes wealthy merchants, wealthy or prominent merchants, as well as the nobles, of course. 7's going to be the Silver Crest. Got the Great Keep there, gates. We've got another sort of a compound over here that includes a stable. That'll be another inn, a place to go before heading into town. We've decided that this area in the south by the well and this area around this tree will be the markets when they happen in town, which is when farmers have excess goods to bring into the town to sell their wares. When obviously those that have businesses in town will just open up their shutters, set up their kiosk, that upward hinged single big shutter that opens a window, set a table outside in front of it as a customer counter. And then inside, you'd have all your goods behind you that people can see from there. If they want to check something out, they ask how much for that helmet. You grab the helmet off the hook behind you and hand it outside the kiosk window and talk about how great it is. So this is worth discussing, these businesses along the road between the two gates as prime real estate for merchants. If somebody's coming through town, if they came in late last night and stayed at 06, and then the next day we're traveling onward and heading through the town to head out the other gate, weren't going to stop. They're on the road. They've got an agenda. They've got a time schedule to keep. They are at least going to pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if we count 10, 11 if we count the inns, but, well, 7's not an inn, it's just a tavern, still. 12, so we got about 12 businesses in sight of the main road as people head through. So something to keep in mind while putting together where people are is which of these businesses is going to want or prosper most being on the main street, right on the main drag there. Businesses that do better or that are on that main drag will probably do well. They have the most potential traffic to see. I kind of want this double building right in the middle, I kind of want to have this be a residence, and off to the side, I was going to say blacksmith. I kind of like that a forge has to be separated from the residence because of the fumes and the heat. If we make some changes to this behind us, turn this into a stable, yeah, I don't think we need a blacksmith on the main drag. If this is a stable with a tower, it's kind of like a tower, this little X'd out building. Blacksmith farrier for sure. Maybe one of these back here. Now these folks have vegetable gardens, which kind of puts me in a mind that these places back here can be straight up residences rather than being resident business. Although one of these could be an herbalist who has their own little herb garden, right? No reason why somebody can't have a garden. There's a few other patches in town that get cultivated, even small ones here. Most of these are going to be little vegetable gardens, right? Maybe there's some local fruit trees, apple, plums, peaches, pears. Maybe there's a little patch of grapevines, strawberries, other berries being cultivated in town. Some of these places, and what do they use them for? Well, you could have a bunch of grapevines here and have somebody who makes wine, who's been doing it for years. It's always a matter of how much you can make versus how much will sell. And if it's selling so fast that you're always running out of it, your price is too low, right? So you raise your price. We'll need a brewery, right? And that has to be a fairly good sized building. I would think something. This looks like a little stable over here, right? This is a gate, little fenced in yard, a double door, so big enough for a stable. So why don't we put, if we're going to put a stable there, let's think blacksmith over here. Alright. We want it to be nearby with access, and he can have an outdoor anvil right near where he can keep an eye on everything. I was going to say here at first, but then thinking this is too prominent. I think this is a place somebody else gets to be near the gate. Somebody who can make better use of the gate. Or maybe this is the guardhouse. Is our village small enough? Guards have to live at home, in their own homes, right? I think that's the case. Whatever we got here, I think these are... This might be a winery. These could be orchard trees or vines. But why the tower? What do we do with this tower? I need to not explain that, but make use of it in some way. Bell tower? Does this become a church? Oh, you know what? I think this becomes a temple or a church and a graveyard. I think we keep them in town because you don't just plunk them down in the wild and let animals dig them up. So there we go. That lets us have bells on a tower. What is 04? So I was using 04 as the ferryman. I was having 04 be the house home of the individual who runs the ferrying service that goes back and forth across the river, helps bring the timber across that gets chopped down over in the lumber camps, And well, anybody who wants to cross the river can make it across there. So he's kind of that guy. And that works out rather well. 5 down here probably should be a mill. So 4 ferryman, 5 mill, inn and stable on 6. 7 Silvercrest Tavern. 8. What is 8? 8's pretty big relative to most of the places in town, huh? Maybe with a tavern right across the way, this should be more of an inn. Place that doesn't serve drinks. Simply a place with rooms. Rooms for let. It's all about the rooms. You're going to need some place to put people up. You don't necessarily need to have stabling. If you have a horse to stable, you can do that out at 6. You can talk to the blacksmith over there, put your stable in there. He's going to try to talk you into doing a little reshoeing while you're in town, right? Lots to think about on this. We'll dig them in. Fortune teller. Where should we put a fortune teller? Maybe off the beaten path. Maybe back in this little hut. Way back over on the right. Maybe we combine. We have so many and so few places to fill. Maybe we combine, say, herbalist with fortune teller. Maybe that can be a job that doubles, huh? Gonna have to double some things up anyway. That might be one worth doubling. Leather workers. Gotta have a place. A tannery. Tanneries stink. Maybe that needs to be number 5. Way down here. I don't know that the noble would stand for that, though. Having the tannery smell. But you need access to a lot of water. So maybe there's no choice on that one. Maybe that's just the way that goes. Or maybe over here by the gate, this one could be the tannery. It's easy enough to get plenty of water. Place to hang stuff up. Everything stinks. You know, everything's going to stink all over the place, right? It's a medieval fantasy town. There's bound to be some stinkage. Anywho, we're pushing on close to the top of the half-hour mark. So we'll continue with this next week. We've got ourselves a few things to keep in mind. Coming up, the old school zine. It's in the works. We'll talk about that more next Monday. Also, don't forget on Facebook, Harryhausen Day. Get in on that event. It's Monday, June 29th. That whole weekend I'll be watching Harryhausen films, and as we get closer, I'll let people know what the schedule I plan to watch them at. I think I have 6 or 7 I do intend to watch. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then also on Monday. So if you're interested in discussing them a bit, maybe we'll sync them up and watch them and do a little open Discord channel discussion. That should be fun. Rest of the schedule for the week. Tomorrow, crafting and painting. We got virtual tabletop adventure building on Friday. DM cartoon review of the 3rd episode from Conan the Adventurer, Season 1, the animated series. Back to the rules retrospective. We'll be doing those examples from David M. Prada's 2006 version 2.2 Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Initiative and Combat Rules. Back around on Monday. Weekly news and giveaway. We'll find that Hildebrandt poster. I gotta dig that up. Hopefully I'll find it before tomorrow and let you know what it is. Cartography and world building again on Tuesday, then full circle to Grimwald. Thank you very much for popping into the channel today. Appreciate it, everybody. If you aren't a follower already and you're lurking in there, chime in on the chat. Follow the channel. You automatically get added into the drawing, the weekly drawing. Ink Dweller, do I not have you on here yet? Okay, nope, I don't have you on there for the week yet. Let me add you right now. There we go. Now we got you in there. And D4 Caltrops, yep, let me get you in on that. Gotta make it official. D4 Caltrops, there it is. Alrighty. Add you in. There we go. I've already got Red Barn Games. Did I not add you in yet for this week? My goodness. I'm falling down on the job here. I thought I'd added you in already. And yeah, doesn't matter if you won in the past. You can win again. I prefer if I have multiples of the same thing that people don't win twice. Like I wouldn't have somebody have won 2 sets of those dice or 2 sets of patches or 2 of the same DVD. But you want a DVD, you can still win a poster. You can win whatever it is. It's all Lost Nomad. I got you in there already. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. You know, all the guys that chimed in today. Happy Wednesday, everybody. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and have a great day.